You are watching One Book, One Review with Wiebke.
As this is actually not the first time that I've heard this, let's talk about this. And leaving aside that everyone who thinks that is totally discriminating or discrediting the efforts people make who listen to audiobooks who cannot read a book in any other way. I personally agree that listening to an audiobook is a different reading experience than reading the physical book. But I also think that reading a physical book is a different experience to reading an ebook. And further, I think that reading an ebook on your phone, on your tablet, or on your e-reader will give you a different reading experience. Basically, I think that whatever format you consume a book in will give you a different reading experience. Which is not bad, which is not saying that you're not reading, it just tells you you're experiencing the book in a different way. And that can be a very positive thing. I notice that sometimes I choose audiobooks that I wouldn't read as a physical book or that I might not have finished. Thinking of Anna Karenina or Inkheart, I wouldn't have finished these books if I had started them as physical books. But as an audiobook, I just pushed through it and I was happy when I was done. Also, reading memoirs is not something I do in a physical form, but I enjoy listening to the people tell me their memoirs because it feels much more personal and the stories have a different effect on me than when I just read them. Then again, listening to Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer was not a wise choice, as it totally confused me, and I think I would have got more out of the book if I had read the physical one. Although I'm not sure if I would have finished then. I have the same with ebooks. I generally don't really like reading ebooks, but sometimes when I see someone talking about a book and I just feel so inclined to have it right now, I look up on my Kindle app if it's available and if it's cheap, and then I just get it in an ebook form. But it gives me a different reading experience to reading it as a physical book. But sometimes those are books that I don't really care of having as a physical book, especially when it comes to novellas. I wouldn't say that I'm consciously thinking about what kind of format I want to consume the book in, but generally I think whatever format you consume a book in, you're reading the book. You're just reading it in different ways, whether you're listening to it on an audiobook, whether you have someone else read it to you in person, or you read it in a physical book or an ebook format. It doesn't really matter. Everything is reading because you consume the story, and experiencing it is a different part of the reading experience, but it's still a reading experience. And that's my opinion on this topic. I'm curious to hear what you think, so tell me in comments and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.